In life, marriage is often about matching social status or finding a partner from a similar background, with shared values and comparable financial standing. This ensures that neither partner feels disadvantaged, and the relationship remains balanced. However, people change over time. Someone who seemed fine initially may turn out to be disappointing later. As parents, we naturally hope that our children find capable and supportive spouses who won't become burdensome. But what happens when, after turning 60, you realize that your son or daughter-in-law isn't living up to expectations? Here are 3 key things you can do in this situation. 1. Don't burn bridges. Remember, never despise the poor in youth. In Tang Dynasty China, a scholar named Wei Gao married into the prestigious Zhang family. His father-in-law, Zhang Tingshang, was unimpressed with Wei Gao's lack of success and treated him coldly. However, Wei's mother-in-law, Miao, believed in his potential and supported him. After years of studying and a military career, Wei eventually rose to prominence. When he returned in glory, his father-in-law admitted, "I didn't recognize your potential." As elders, it's important to recognize that we are in different phases of life from our children and their spouses. We may be settled into retirement, but our children and their partners are in their prime, facing challenges and working toward success. What looks like a lack of progress today could change over time, as people often blossom later in life. Even if you feel frustrated with your son or daughter-in-law's current situation, it's important not to criticize them harshly or create unnecessary conflict. Life has many stages, and what seems like failure now may turn into success later. Relationships with in-laws are lifelong, and maintaining a good rapport, even in difficult times, is essential. As the saying goes, leave a line of retreat in all dealings, for you may meet again. A little patience and understanding can go a long way, even within the family. 2. Don't give away money carelessly. Financial support won't solve everything. It's common for retired parents to help raise their grandchildren, which brings them into daily contact with their son or daughter-in-law. You might see situations where one partner works hard while the other contributes little to the household. For example, your son might be working full-time, while your daughter-in-law only holds a part-time job or doesn't work at all. In other cases, your daughter might be the main breadwinner while your son-in-law is underemployed or jobless. Out of concern, many elderly parents end up offering financial support. They may provide money for grandchildren's needs or contribute to the household's daily expenses. In some extreme cases, they even take on additional work to help pay off their children's debts after a failed business venture. While the desire to help is natural, it's important to recognize that parents in their 60s or 70s are nearing the end of their earning years. It's risky to deplete your savings, as you need those resources for your own care and security. Pouring money into your children's households might provide temporary relief, but it's not a sustainable solution. You cannot guarantee that your financial support will lead to better outcomes, and you might be left without the means to support yourself in old age. Retirement security should always be your priority. No matter how much your children struggle, you must ensure that you have enough saved for your own needs. As the saying goes, leave something for yourself, because once the money is gone, getting it back is not easy. 3. Don't push for divorce. Understand that every pot has its lid. Take the example of Mrs. Liu from my village, who had a difficult relationship with her daughter-in-law. The daughter-in-law rarely worked, leaving the financial burden on her son, and her bad temper often caused friction. Mrs. Liu was so frustrated that she urged her son to divorce, believing he could easily find someone better. However, her son was nearly 40 years old with 2 children, and the divorce brought more problems than solutions. 5 years later, the family deeply regretted the decision. Mrs. Liu was left caring for her grandchildren full-time, and her son remained single, adding to her stress and disappointment. This situation illustrates that pushing for a divorce can be short-sighted. Remarriage is never guaranteed, especially as people age and have children from previous marriages. The original spouse, despite flaws, is often the best match, and the complexities of re-entering the dating scene can be overwhelming. From the elder's perspective, the son or daughter-in-law may seem lazy or unworthy, but from the child's point of view, the marriage might still work. It's not uncommon for one partner to endure hardships for the sake of love or family. If your child is willing to stay in the marriage despite the challenges, it's not your place to interfere. Even in cases of infidelity or serious problems, the final decision should rest with your child, not you. 4. Final thoughts. Know your role in your children's marriages. Once your children marry, they form their own families, and your role shifts from that of a decision-maker to a supporter. Understanding the boundaries between parents and married children is essential to maintaining healthy relationships. The key to navigating these relationships is clear communication and respect for everyone's space. Parents and their adult children are partners in mutual support, while the relationship between parents and in-laws should be one of mutual respect. The bond with grandchildren is a special one but should not overstep boundaries. By knowing when to step back and allow your children to navigate their own lives, you will create a healthier family dynamic. Trying to control every aspect of their lives, especially when it comes to their marriages, can lead to resentment and family strain. Ultimately, thinking long-term about your role in the family will help you find the right balance.